Okay, 8:45, guys. I'm starting. You got your okay. You got your notepads and everything. Awesome. All right. So today's topic is how to write a strong offer: strategies, verbiage, structure, and presentation. You guys can see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. There you go. So anybody in the room can tell me in what situation that do we need to write a strong offer before I get to the next slide?
Every situation where the client wants the home, right?
Okay, so can anybody just throw some particular situations that we need to do that?
If you're competing,
Situation, a cash offer.
Okay. All right. So,
that's all we got.
That's all we got.
all right, you guys, that's all you got. Fine.
Teach us.
The next slide, always keep in mind that these are just suggestions and write the offer aligned with your client's needs and priorities. Okay. When to write a strong offer, competing with other offers for a hot listing that has been just listed, competing or not, okay? If a buyer has a home sale contingency, can anybody tell me why do we need to write a strong offer when your buyer has a home sale contingency?
Sellers are leery of that sometimes. Say the rest of your offer better be strong.
Exactly. So JT can probably answer that question the best since he's a listing partner. If he sees, you know, an offer that has a home sale contingency, the rest of the offer better be strong. Wouldn't you agree, JT?
Very strong, and the timelines are critical.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
So if a buyer wants a home without playing back and forth games with the seller. So I had buyers like that did not want to deal with negotiations. They wanted to just get the home and move forward with the process, competing or not. Okay. All right. So you guys are okay on this slide? All right. Pre-offer. Do your due diligence. Run a CMA, comparative market analysis, to see if the subject property is priced right. Check tax records and analyze the data, like mortgages and property sale history. Call the listing agent to investigate, and the more questions you ask, the better you will be prepared. Any questions here? No questions. Moving on. Questions to ask a listing agent. So you guys, I know new agents ask me that just because, you know, you guys don't know exactly what, you know, you kind of know some of them, but you don't know the, you know, how those answers from the listing agent will help you build your offer and strategize in the most beneficial way for your buyer. So these are just the questions that I ask. You know, some of the other agents might have more questions that they will ask. Do you have any incoming or in-hand offers? That's what I ask. How many offers are in hand? How strong are the other offers? Any all cash offers? Does the seller have a deadline for offer submission? When are all the offers due by? How long does the seller need to respond to the offer? What is the seller's situation? What is important to your seller? Price or terms, moving off islands, contingent on replacement property, need rent back, need to close quick, military or civilian? Tell me more. In a lot of situations, the listing agents will not tell you more. They're short and precise. But your goal is to dig deep. What can I do to make my offer stand out to your seller? Listen and take notes. This is one of the questions that I think is one of the most important questions, because we want to know if we are in a competing situation or if it's a hot property, we want to know what will make their seller happy. And I know we're in a shifting market right now, but you guys do know that in some areas of the island, it's still a hot market. And that's just, is relating to those markets. Are you good with the slide, guys? Should I move forward? Wave at me if you do. There you go. Offer strategies. Encourage your buyers to write a compelling testimonial letter or create a video testimonial. Okay, I have some samples to show you guys by the end of this presentation. Always have a pre-approval letter or a proof of funds attached to your offer. That's no brainer. You guys know that already. Do an offer summary with the main points of your client's offer. The listing agent will greatly appreciate that. Okay. And that will be, I'll show you the example as well. It's your first email with the offer, pre-approval, MLS attached. Just in case if the listing agent is on the road or doing something, she can open up the email and see what your offer is about, okay? JT, wouldn't you appreciate, a summary offer like that?
Yes, would.
Awesome, okay.
One. Really? Yeah.
You haven't gotten one like that? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I've never seen a video testimonial. I've had buyers write a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, video would be good.
You'll see one today. It's a very cute video testimonial from my clients.
Seen some
Yeah.
things about competing offers though.
Okay. So increase the amount of earnest money deposit depending on the intensity of competition. My suggestion is 3% plus of the offer price. Shorten the contingency deadlines. I've had Andrea was asking me, well, how many days do I put here and there? It's going to be your judgment based on the intensity of competition. And of course, it has to be aligned with your client's needs. You cannot just put 2 days instead of 7 days if it's not what your clients want, okay? And of course, when you're representing your clients, you want to make sure those deadlines are long enough for you guys to get them out of the contract. So only if aligned with your client's needs, like home inspection, closing dates, all the buyer doc review dates. Those are the dates that you want to shorten. And those are the dates that the listing agent's looking at, to present to their client. JT, correct me if I'm wrong.
Good. I was going to say, do you do things like dropping like surveys or?
It's coming, JT.
Pardon me?
It's coming. It's on the next slide.
I knew you were going to get there.
Yeah.
Veronica, a quick question on increase your earnest money deposit portion of the strategy. Can you talk about how you do that with your VA buyers?
VA buyers?
Is it the same or different?
So VA buyers are tricky because some VA buyers have cash reserves like TSP accounts or whatever. Some of them don't. And if they don't have any cash, there's nothing you can do about it. You literally just tell them, hey, what is the most amount of money, that liquid cash that you have on hand right now that you want to drop on this property to win this competition? And if they tell you they don't have anything, there's nothing you can do. You cannot write them a check from your account. So it all depends on how much they want to, to put into this property and how much they actually have in hand.
Thank you.
Okay. Next. Offer strategies continued. Make the offer as clean as possible. That's what JT was referring to right now. Do not ask for cleaning, survey, pet treatment, and closing costs. Make sure your buyers confirm this in writing, you guys. I've had a situation when I did not put cleaning in, and I had actually several situations. And my clients were doing final walkthrough, and they're like, "Oh, this place is a nightmare. It looks so dirty. You told me that they're gonna clean at least a little bit." And I was like, "Well, you know what? It's actually sellers' good ethical, practices to leave the property behind for the next buyer in a clean state. But, we did not put the cleaning in there, the professional cleaning in there, because you guys were competing, okay? But in a lot of times they forget that. I started putting it in writing so I can present it to them at that moment on my email. You guys said you don't want cleaning because you want this house. You remember that? I have it in writing right here. Yes, definitely. Just have it in writing, you guys. Have the lender pick up the cost. Is Jody on this video? No. Have the lender pick up the cost of TIR, termite treatment. And sometimes the lender can offer paying for M1 as well, which is ordering of HOA and condo docs. Do not be quick to throw their money in the game right away like that. Only if you guys are competing, you can always ask your buyer to cover those things. And if the buyer says, no, I don't want to, I don't have the money, you can ask then the lender to do that for you. Usually our lender is really good with covering the cost of TIR. M1 is case by case, I would say. And usually my buyers pick that up because it's about what, $300 to $500. They would pick that up, okay? Make sure your offer has all the empty spaces filled in and is well written. If the listing agent sees your offer all over the place, all those gaps and spaces just sitting there, and it's just you're presenting this offer as a professional. And if the listing agent sees it like that, they're like, okay, so I don't want to do business with this guy. He doesn't even know what he's doing. He's obviously like new to real estate. So I'd rather take an offer and will advise my seller to take an offer from an experienced agent that will have that validation that the process is going to be smooth and without hiccups. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, awesome. Next one. Offer strategies and verbiage, Q section in the offer. You guys all know what the Q section in the offer is, new agents. Okay. In reference to L2, buyer's lender shall pay for the TIR. So that's, you guys all know that, that's lender pays for the termite. In reference to F7, buyer will pay up to and no more than amount in difference of the conveyance tax from owner occupied to non-owner occupied. That's something that I've used a couple of times for my investor buyers. A lot of sellers don't like to see offers from investors when in the competing situations. They have emotional attachment to the house, so they would rather take an offer from a family. But when you make your offer for your investor as clean as possible, which is the less amount of money out of the seller's pocket, they might take your offer over the family's offer. Okay, so that's just I think it's about $300 to $500 cost from being non-owner occupant at closing. So your buyer can pick that cost up. Buyer will pay amount over the highest acceptable offer up to limit of amount. Seller's agent to provide highest acceptable offer to buyer's agent within 24 hours. So that's, I call it escalation clause. Okay, so this is the language for that. In reference to M1, which is the docs, seller to order mandatory documentation disclosures of 508D and buyer to reimburse at close of escrow. I worded it because Alicia had questions. Who's gonna order the docs? Will the lender order the docs? Does the buyer need to do that? So I did not want my buyers to do that. That's not their business to do it. So the lender did not want to do it either. So I threw it in there, seller to order the docs, and then the buyer will reimburse at closing, okay? If the appraised value is less than the purchase price, the purchase contract price, buyer will make up the shortfall up to amount. If the shortfall is greater than amount, both seller and buyer has the option to renegotiate the purchase contract price, or either party will have the option to cancel the transaction. So that's your appraisal gap strategy pretty much. Okay. So you have any questions on any of this strategy?
So fourth bullet for the M1, do
Mhm.
you put that in all, is that like boilerplate with your condo offers?
No, no.
You're
I
just
don't
doing
want-
that in case by case?
It's only when you are competing and you want to pick up some cost for the seller. I know I rarely put that in just because it is like TIR and M1. These are the items that are seller's responsibilities per contract. So we only do that when we know we're competing. Okay. You don't want your buyers to pay for that. It's not necessary.
Hey, Veronica,
Yes.
on the other end of the spectrum, would you address trying to determining offer price when it's a not competing situation?
Determine the offer price when it, so what's your question?
So you've got a buyer looking at a property and there are no other offers in
Mhm.
hand or expected. And the buyer is asking you, okay, what should we go in at?
Mm-hmm. So what
What's
are you
your-
asking? Do you need to use the strategies?
No, I'm asking just not related to, so
Okay.
instead of a
Okay.
competing when they were
That will
in-
depend on your due diligence as well, Andrea. So when you call the listing agent, you want to find out the situation about the house. And if there are no offers in hand, no offers coming in, not a lot of showings. If there are some showings, and for example, the listing agent would always tell me, oh, we had some folks going in for the second time. Okay. And if that's the case, you want to advise your clients. And it also depends on how many days the property has been on the market. And if it's been on the market the first week or second week, pretty fresh, I would say, you want to advise your clients to come in at as strong as they can, okay? And if they want to lowball them, you always want to tell them about the consequences, the risks that they're taking. You know, I've had, my clients putting an offer on the property that's been on the market for like over 60 days. And guess what? As soon as you put an offer, there was somebody else that put an offer at the same time. So you really can never guess and never know, but it's all about how badly they want this home, how much they love it. If they love it, they will not want to play games with the seller, and they would want to just, come in strong and get it. Okay. I mean, I've had buyers coming in with a full asking price, even though the property's been in the market over 45 days. It's all about them and their interest in the property. And if they really want it, they will come strong. Does that answer your question, Andrea? Okay, it sounds good. Any other questions, you guys in the room? Anybody on this huddle? All right, so I'm proceeding. It's 9:03. Do you guys want to continue? I have a few slides left. Yes. Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah.
On that last bullet you had there about the appraised value less than purchase contract,
Yes.
the last little sentence, last little part here, you say either party will have the option to cancel the transaction.
That's per contract, JT.
That's what?
That's per contract.
Right. Why would you want to allow the seller to cancel the contract?
I think it's in the contract because if they don't come to an agreement, either parties can really cancel.
Okay, no, I thought that was something that you're writing in, like the,
It's just reiterating,
Oh,
I think,
okay.
because that's already.
Yeah. So I'll be completely honest with you. That was the language approved by our previous BIC, Joan. She wanted that language in. I would usually not put that in. All I put is if the shortfall is greater than amount, both seller and buyer has the option to renegotiate, period. That's all I would put.
yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, that's a good catch, JT. I mean,
I think you could even have that crossed out and initialed if you wanted to with your buyer.
you can. You mean on the offer?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I couldn't let the seller off that easy.
So it's.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Take away the cancel.
Take away,
The option, yeah.
take away that part right there.
Either, okay,
Just cancel it right there.
got it.
Because then if you cross that out, have your buyer initial it, and you do get in that situation, then your seller can't get off. They can't cancel the contract because of that whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, so
Smart.
you guys decide how you want to word it since we don't have Joan policing us anymore. So yeah. All right. So another thing that I wanted to kind of mention here, in a lot of times when you put that in, which is the appraisal language in the offer, it might throw the appraisal off actually. So Adrian mentioned that before. Is Adrian on the huddle?
No.
No, but Adrian mentioned that before. She said maybe you can put that language on addendum or try to hide it as much as you can, because when the appraiser sees that language, it's a red flag to the appraiser. Uh-oh, you know, well, Adrian said that in her experience, when the appraiser sees that language, they usually come in lower on the appraisal for the property because they know that the buyer has the money to pay, so it doesn't matter. But I've never had that situation before, that I had that language and the appraisal came in low. So it's really like, to the best of your judgment, how you want to do it. But I did talk to Jody and Derek. They said it is a possibility, hide it the best you can, but I usually put it in the Q section. It's fine. I don't know. It was fine with me. All right, guys, I'm moving on.
Slide it in.
Yeah, one more. Just highlight that.
All right, post offer submission. Ask the listing agent to confirm the offer received via email. Not texting, not calling, let her confirm via email she has received your offer. The lender usually follows up with a strong buyer call and email, okay? And usually what they do is, letting them know, the listing agents know that your buyer has all the docs in and they're pretty much very strong buyer. Always copy your buyers on the offer submission email. Why? So they know that you did your job. Okay. Now cross your fingers and pray. All right. Any questions on this? Laura is cracking up there. I can see. Okay. Next slide. Full disclosure, you guys. These strategies were tested by me and other agents, and they will not always get your offers accepted. So don't go after me saying, Veronica, you taught me how to do this. My offer did not get accepted, okay? This setup will give you a strong chance in becoming a winning bid. All the verbiage has been already approved by the BIC and can be found in TL Share Drive. We have an Excel spreadsheet where you guys find this language. I will show you. All the materials like testimonial letters, video testimonials, and offer summary are real case scenarios and are used for examples only. All the information collected in this presentation, Laura is laughing, is based on my experience and knowledge and is offered as a suggestion to your practices. Just a suggestion. Oh my God, David has a question.
Strategy, right?
So Mitzi's saying it's a guarantee.
No. Don't confuse that with the guaranteed sale program that we have and other stuff. All right, Art has something to say. You guys are on mute. Art, what you got to say? All right, so I'm moving towards the samples. Okay, real quick, I'll go over the samples and we're done. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen?
We're seeing your PowerPoint.
Ah, okay. Let me see. You're sharing, you stop share. Okay, share. Mm,
While you're doing that, Veronica, I've had several agents tell me that our offers are the most professional that they've seen with the offer highlights that you talked about. And I've
Yeah.
won a competing situation with the video testimonial.
I love it. Yeah, I've had several agents to say that, you know, the same thing. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So you guys see that, right?
Yeah.
Well, we
Okay.
just see where you're selecting your files. So there's a cursor over offer for 47125 O'Connor Road. That's what we're looking at right now.
That's all you see? You don't see Aloha Bob and all this stuff right here?
No.
No.
What the hell?
Oh, I think you have it on only opening one page of it. Share instead of being able to share
You
the
How do I-
entire,
Yeah.
your entire computer,
Yeah.
not just.
Okay, let me
The
see.
whole screen.
The whole screen. There you go. Maybe this one. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So this is one of the offers that I wrote for my clients that we were competing against 7 offers, other offers, and that was in Kaneohe. And this has the video testimonial, it's got proof of funds, pre-approval letter, and the offer attached to the summary. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna read this to you guys. So this is how it looks like. You pretty much, you know, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but this is just pretty much.
Yeah.
Huh?
Play the
There
video.
you go.
That hold on. Just I'm getting there. So this is how the summary looks like. You guys need to, and I can give you the sample of this as well. So you pretty much highlight the main points of your summary. And I usually highlight it in the way that I put the bright, nice, beautiful aqua colors over the terms that benefit the seller, okay? That pretty much stands out to the seller. The yellow stuff is something like, whatever, you know, it'll help, but not a big deal. So as you can see, and always have in the bottom of it, please confirm receipt. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop share this one so I can open the video for you. Okay. And I don't have, hold on. Everybody
After
wants
the video, would you show the proof of funds, please?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Before we get to the video, I want to show you this little letter here that I did for my clients as well. Hold on. Oh, geez. Is the Zoom? I mean, are we still on the cuddle? What the hell? Okay.
Yeah, we're
We
still
see
here.
you.
Sorry, guys. I'm not sure why it's not doing what I wanted it to do. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is the letter that it's a testimonial letter. Can you guys see it?
We see it.
Okay, so I usually put like a few cute pictures of my clients, and it's written on a template, Keller Williams template, and Team Lally. So just a little bit about your clients and their cute faces with their dog or children, whatever you want to put in. So this is the most, I usually use this, okay? Not videos. Why are you guys laughing?
JT is reading your client's biography.
Stop moving, I'm trying to read.
All right, stop sharing. Okay, let me introduce you to the hold on, video. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. All right.
Hello, we're the Hanshians. My name is Frank.
My name is Dragon and my name is
Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
And you're not?
My name is Nayu.
And I'm Janice, and we just wanted to tell you how much we really love your place in Kaneohe. I grew up not too far away from there. You've met my mother, Vicky. We're frequent visitors back to the island, and your place would give us the opportunity to come back and have a place to call home.
Yeah, right now we live in Berlin, but the idea is to move back to the island, be closer to family, be closer to nature, and so on. So that is really something that we dream about, and having a place like yours would be a really good starting point.
Yeah, since I love to garden, I'm a biologist as well. And when I heard about your beets and chickens, I absolutely fell in love. So we hope you will consider us, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to get to know you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
All right, guys, unmute, please. Love that.
Yeah.
All right, any ahas, questions, concerns?
Now, did you get Damien to shoot that?
I really like, just basically the entire thing is based on, it's all about how bad do they want this house, you know, and state that like we're gonna do everything we can, but it's all about how bad you want this house. And I just really like that, using that as leverage to do all of this, to let us do our job the best.
Okay. Mitzi.
Yes, because in conjunction to what Jake said, most of the time, buyers would ask us, what do you think we should offer? So that line is something we can use. Yeah.
So I can give you I didn't want to put it on the slide. I did made a slide pricing strategies, but I know that it's something it's just me who learned that based on my experience, right? And you guys, I know everybody has questions. Well, how much do I offer? How much over the price do I offer, right? So for me, as a rule of thumb, this is not going to be in writing, you guys, so you don't hold against me. Rule of thumb, if you look at a property that is absolutely unique, and maybe on the going from central, you know what central area, right? Central is Mililani, Waihiwa, Pearl City, Aiea, correct? And going west, which is Kapolei, Ava. Rule of thumb for me is about upcharge of $10,000, 10 to 15,000. That will be your starting point, okay? And of course, make the offer as clean as possible. And I would say for the earnest money, I would put about 10,000 and up, whatever the 2% and up, okay? The earnest money is something that is the sky is the limit pretty much, and it's in your buyer's hands. But if they ask you, Veronica, what do you suggest? You know, what should I put? And I'll just say, hey, put as much as your 20% down. Put it, you know, I'm going to get that money back to you. It is my job to make sure you get that money back. Okay. We have 12 ways out of the contract. Only if you're competing, you guys.
Have you ever had a time where you lost the earnest money?
No, never.
No, I just wanted to know if that's a thing or
not in my entire career in real estate. That was about 12 years, guys. So no, I have not lost the earnest money, because if you do your job and you always let your buyers know, and they will not ghost you. When there's a lot of money on the line, they will not ghost you. They will not blow their deadline. As long as you as a professional keep them on track for their deadlines, they will not blow their deadlines. I mean, there's nothing else in the freaking contract, and JT, correct me if I'm wrong, that can jeopardize that earnest money unless it's a deadline.
Right. There's other things that can jeopardize it. I mean,
there's other things, but this is something that's like really easy to, you know, blow pretty much. And there's things like, for example, if the buyer decides to walk away before closing, they have no contingencies. But I just think that if you are doing your job as a professional, we have Alicia doing her job as a professional, we are not going to jeopardize our clients' money. Okay. Yes, Jake.
Oh yeah, just one more thing. And then for what about east? Like what about windward side? Because you said this is like west, central, and west.
Yeah, so I'm getting there, Jake. So I would say go from central to, like, I would say Metro, Diamond Head, Hawaii Kai, Manoa Falls, Waimea, North Shore, and I'm going, you know, windward side, right? Kailua. Also, will depend on the rarity and uniqueness of the property. The sky's the limit there, I gotta say, you guys. I mean, I've done 25,000 over the asking price there. I've done 50,000 over the asking price. I've done 100,000 over the asking price not too long ago, actually, and we still lost the property. So it all depends on the intensity of a competing situation and how rare the property is, because some of the inventory is very limited on Windward side anyways. So some properties will only require to like for you to go over like 10 to 15,000, right? But when you see like a particular property that literally come by on the market once in 6 to 10 years, you guys, and you should know that people are waiting for that particular property for years. They literally rent or they buy something, and in the meantime, they're looking out for that gem, okay? And when that comes by, they throw all their money in that property, like literally ridiculously, like just overpriced properties, I would say. But it's because of the rarity of the property. So far as earnest money goes, it can be 100,000, 200,000, upwards of your 20%, okay, or upwards of 50%. So that's a lot of money to handle, and it's a lot of money for you guys to take liability off. So you have to decide on what's, how your client wants to strategize. You guys remember, right? These are just the strategies that we offer to our clients to become a winning bid, but it's their decision. They have to make a decision if they want to go with that or not. Okay. Hope that was of value to you guys.
Awesome.
I'd like to recommend this gets put in, Renee, I'd like to recommend this gets put in the first 100.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, Andrea is pushing for me. Andrea, do you want to stay a little bit so I can give you the proof of funds?
Please.
Okay. All right, everybody, goodbye. I'll see you soon.
Veronica.
I see you
Thank you.
soon. All right, Andrea, hold on. Let me see if I can share this with you.
Thank you. Yeah, I just like to see what it says because I've never seen actually what.
Are you talking about like just the proof of funds when it's a cash offer, or?
I wasn't sure. So I know I've heard that you can get a letter from the bank. Is that what you have, or is it just from the bank account showing how much it is?
It's the bank account.
Okay, so I have that. I wasn't sure if
So
there
what
was.
I do, hold on, you don't see my screen yet. Pre-approval.
Because like with the cash offer, you don't want to show like all of their money if they have more, right? So you want to get a letter from the bank. Is that correct?
Yes. So the way that I have it here is pretty much, let me see. And their money was in euro. Hold on, share. Okay. Right here. You see it?
Almost. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's in euro, so it's pretty much date, their names, and the amount.
Got
That's
it. Okay.
And in euro, if you what they did, they had to kind of like, what do you call it? convert it
Yeah.
into dollars, and euro is more expensive than dollars.
Right.
So this is what they had, but converting into dollars, that was the amount that they were putting down as down payment. Okay. And there's no account numbers. You want to, if your client's bank account has the account numbers or any kind of personal, you want to black that out. Yeah.
Cool.
But that's about it. Yeah.
Awesome.
How did your offer go?
So we increased it, but I
Okay.
still don't think they're gonna get it because they didn't want to go all the way up to full asking.
Okay. Okay. When are you gonna know?
48 hours.
Okay.
Because so the bank came back yesterday and said, okay, come back with highest and best. So I talked to them and said, I'm sorry guys, 250 is not gonna get it. And what do you want to do? And they didn't even want to pay closing costs. Like they didn't want to offer to pay sellers closing costs or anything. So
Okay.
did it. We increased it to 260, but
Okay. Okay. Well, good luck, Andrea.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Anna is there, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should email this presentation to Renee or I'll just send it to VAs. Okay, sounds good. All right, guys, have a good day. I'll see you soon.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.